Since 2014, the revolutionary force in retro entertainment.
Too much dark and not enough sky. Why am I the thorn in your eye?
Hey guys, welcome back to ASMR Retro, and welcome to my 10th anniversary special. Man, I can't believe it's been 10 years already. Where does the time go? I don't know, bro. I started the channel back on October 30th, 2014, and it's been a great ride. I'm so happy and grateful that you guys decided to join me on that ride, and that you decided to join me today for this celebration. So thank you to all my subscribers, and for all the feedback and the comments, and especially the regular commenters. You know who you are. Thank you very much. So with that said, let's get to it. I have this cake here. I have some coffee in this mug, milk and coffee that is. I'm gonna have some cake, then I'm gonna take you back and revisit my ASMR retro journey. It's gonna be a good time, so let's get to it. Alright, time to light this candle. I guess that's the right thing to do here. Be careful, retro, careful, careful, careful. Okay, there it is. I don't know how well you can see that. Okay. Alright, let me make a wish. Let me think. Okay, wait. There we go. Second time's a charm. And I can't tell you what I wished for, of course, but anyway. Alright, let's pull this out here. Put it aside here. I didn't get any napkins, so I'll put it behind. Alright, I got my wooden fork. This is a red velvet cake. Grab a chunk here. Man, I don't know how they make velvet taste so good, but it's really good. And you can really taste the red too. Oh, that is really good. Oh no, that's really good. I like these little sprinkle thingies. Look like tiny slices of a tiny hot dog. I was thinking to myself, man, I'm never gonna finish this cake in this video, but I'm like, I'm kind of wishing I got a bigger one now. Okay, Retro, that's enough for now. Just this one little last piece. Okay. I'm gonna have some coffee here. Cheers. Alright, I'll set that cake aside for now. And we'll go on to the next portion of the video. Okay, as you can see here, we're gonna go over the 10 years of retro. We're gonna go over some of the milestones, accomplishments, failures, etc. Key moments, I guess, in ASMR retro lore. So, the first significant date is October 30th, 2014. And what happened on that date? Of course, the channel is born. Channel is born. so there's the fateful day 10 years ago today where the channel was born. I'm talking of the channel, the ASMR Czar. Okay, you're probably saying, what are you talking about? So, originally I called the channel the ASMR Czar. Why? I have no idea why. I was a big fan of ASMR for a long time, and I had no idea. I wanted to make a channel, my own ASMR channel, but I had no idea what kind of videos I was gonna make. You know, I don't want to be on camera, so I'm like, well, that rules out a lot of types of videos. So I'm like, I had no idea. I just came up with a name that sounded cool. It rhymed. I'm like, let's just go with that for now. Now, it wasn't too long after this that I changed it to ASMR Retro, because I started thinking, like, what kind of videos can I make? And I'm like, hey, I have all these old video games and stuff. Why don't I just talk about this stuff? So I changed it to ASMR Retro, and now I don't remember exactly when that happened. I wish there was a way to find out. There probably is, but I don't think it was too far long after this. So I know what you're thinking. I probably got to work right away making tons of videos, right? No. My first published video wasn't until 2 years later, at least, or over 2 years later. But before that happened, we have another significant date here. Try to compress space here. December 3rd, 2014. December 3rd, 2014. What happened on that day? Can you guess? First sub, question mark, question mark, question mark. So I got my first subscriber way before I even released my first video. So I figure it was either a bot, or I think sometimes maybe I subscribed to a channel and then the other person just subbed back, you know, like sub or sub kind of thing. I don't know, but I guess technically that was my first subscriber. So thank you, whoever you are. Okay, now like I said, my very first published video wasn't until November 7th, 2016. And this was my first video. Now, if you're wondering why it took so long to release my first video, I don't know, I was sort of, I had a lot of anxiety, I guess, and I was like kind of nervous. I didn't want to put myself out there. You know, I didn't like the sound of my voice or my whisper or whatever, so I really put it off and put it off and put it off. So, you know, that's why I waited so long, but finally, at least I did it. My first video. And it was called Shaving My Beard, Relaxing Sounds, No Talking. So that was another thing. A lot of my early videos, or most of them, for a while anyway, there was no talking, because like I said, I was very anxious about my voice, I guess. That I would be judged, this and that, or whatever, but yeah, that's what it was. And at this time I started doing maybe 1 or 2 videos per month, and my first comment, actually it's another first, I guess, first comment, I'll put it here, first comment. So yeah, this is kind of uncertain, because it only, when you look at comments on your channel, it only shows you like 7 years ago or whatever, right? So there was quite a few comments that just said 7 years ago on different videos. So I'm guessing that I'm just gonna give it the credit to this one, because it was on my actual first published video. And the comment was, I love this. And it was by ReedX7161. Thank you. I don't know if you're still around, if you're still watching my videos, but thank you for the first comment. So with that being said, this was a pretty significant video, obviously, so I think I'm going to show you a clip of this video. Don't worry, this is not going to be a clip episode. I'll show you a few clips here and there, but I think this is an important one, so take a look at this, a clip from my very first published video. Oh. Wow, you could see, I really came a long way there, and I remember when I published this video, I knew it wasn't the greatest video in the world or nothing, and I wasn't expecting thousands of views, but I was expecting views, and I got nothing, like no views for a long time. I got like one or two, and there was probably just me checking to, see if I got any views, and that was kind of discouraging, I will admit. Like if I got even just like 10 or 20 views within 2 or 3 days, I'd be like, okay, cool. Now I can build upon that, try a little bit harder in my next video. But I got nothing. I was like, oh my, what am I doing here? But I just powered through it. I just kept going, and yeah, I'm glad that I did. Okay, the next significant moment would be December 21st, 2016. And why is this significant? Because it was my, wrong color. It was, that's right, my first collection video. And it was also my second video ever released. Don't worry, I'm not going through every single video, but yeah, I had a whole bunch of old Mad magazines. So the title of the video is Mad Magazine Collection Page Flipping Tapping. And yeah, it's the first collection type video that I did because I do a lot of those, so that's pretty significant. And man, I wish I still had that collection. I went through some hard times. I sold a lot of my retro stuff. Damn, I wish I didn't, but that was a really nice collection. It had like, I'm pretty sure I had like, I'd have to look back at the video now, but some with like Rambo on the cover, like back from the 80s or 90s. I think there was a Ninja Turtles one, a Mario Brothers one, but it was a really nice collection, but it is what it is. Okay, and then 10 days later, we have another significant moment in the retro history. December 31st, 2016. And we have first real sub. So I got my first subscriber post actually uploading my first video, so that's probably a legitimate subscriber, not a bot or whatever, so that's pretty cool. Wherever you are, once again, thank you. And then a whole day later, January 1, 2017. What happened on that day? Let's find out. It was my first game play video. My first gameplay video. Obviously, I do a lot of those on my channel now. But the title of the video was Playing Nintendo DS Button Clicking Sounds for Relaxation. So I remember recording that. I was actually in my parents' basement, and I was just filming my Nintendo DS while I was playing New Super Mario Bros. And there was no talking. It was just click, 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 click. And that one ended up over a long time doing pretty well. But again, it was a very slow start, like all my videos. Okay, now we're gonna jump ahead to, let's see if I'm not missing something here, just referring to my notes. Okay. June, what day in June? 23rd, 2017. And what happened on June 23rd? Sound like it's a history class or something. June 23rd, 2017. This was my first Simpsons video. I'm a huge fan of The Simpsons, as some of you probably know. And this was my first one. Oh, there's another first here. I'll just put it underneath. I should have this. First. How do I word it? First whispering video. is the first time you hear my voice or my whisper, to be more accurate, in a video. Let's see, what was it called? The title of the video is Bart Simpson's Guide to Life, and it was basically I have this book called Bart Simpson's Guide to Life, and I love this book. Anyway, I went through a bit of it and looked at some of the pages and stuff like that. So once again, this also ended up doing very well. So it's a pretty cool video. Yeah, I still make Simpsons videos here and there. I love it. I'll never get tired of it. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Okay, now we go to August 7. And still 2017. Well, I'm gonna too close to the other one there, but we'll make it work. Okay, August. So this was a very special video because it was the first appearance, year ends, of what I call retro guy. First appearance of retro guy. So retro guy is my avatar, my animated version of myself. I just call him retro guy, for lack of a better name. And yeah, it was also my first animated video. And there's another one more first. It was my first eating video, or food video, or mukbang video, whatever you want to call it. So basically the video is called Eating Doritos, eating sounds, lip smacking, drinking sounds. And it's an animated video of my retro guy just eating Doritos for like 6 minutes or something like that. It's pretty much just like the same animation over and over again. But what I specifically remember making this video, and I remember it was super hot that day. So originally I recorded a video of myself eating Doritos, just like the lower half of my face or whatever. But it was so hot, and I was all sweaty. And when I looked at the video back, I was like all sweaty. I looked terrible. I had gained some weight, and I was just like, man, I don't know if I could release this. I was so disappointed. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't I just make an animated version of it? So that's when I drew the retro guy. And yeah, I just did an animated version. And looking back at the animation, it's pretty good. Like, there's a lot of frames of animation in that chewing. Yeah, it's just reusing the same animation over and over. But man, I don't use that many frames these days. Hell no. So yeah, that was pretty significant. It's a what do you call it? A triple threat or a grand slam or whatever, hat trick of videos. So because of that, I think I want to show a clip. So check out this clip. Let me know what you guys think.
Oh,
pretty cool, right? Not too bad, not too bad. So anyway, that was that video. Now let's go to the next one here. The next significant date we have is September 8th, and still 2017. And what happened on this date? So this was, might be a bit confusing here, but first recorded video published. First recorded video published, and first video game collection video. Okay, running out of space here. I've got to lift this up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, and the video was called Video Game Haul Whispered Rambling. So this was actually the first video I recorded. I don't know exactly when I recorded it, and actually I don't even really I remember recording the video. I don't remember that I didn't release it for quite a while. I saw that in the description of that video. And yeah, I put it off for a while, probably because again I was very insecure or not comfortable with my speaking voice or my whispering voice. So I just kind of like, I didn't really want to release it, but then I started to get a little bit more comfortable with it. So I was like, you know what, let me just release the damn thing. So And once again, I used to have like so many old video games and stuff like that, and I was basically just showing the stuff that I had and commenting on it. And again, tough times. I had to sell a lot of that stuff, most of it actually. But again, another regret, but nothing you could do about it. Okay, then we have another first here in September of the same year. This was September 15th, 2017. And what do we have here? It is, of course, my very first Transformers video, and I believe there's another one. It is also my first comic book collection video. So yeah, I love Transformers more than I love The Simpsons, and this was my first Transformers-based video. Basically, I just looked through all my. Not flipped through each issue, but I went through all the issues of Transformers comics that I have, which is quite a bit. And I think I just count, like I just said, issue 1, issue 2, issue 3. I didn't really talk about anything about it. But still significant, because first Transformers video, first comic book video, two things I really, really enjoy. And I hope you do too. Okay, next up we have November 21st, 2017. And it was the first. Whoops, wrong color. I know it's about to happen. Let's see if I can fix that. First Simpsons tapped out video. First The Simpsons tapped out video. Again, I love The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons tapped out, and this video also ended up doing very, very well, but again, took a long time for it to suddenly pick up. But yeah, I love that game. It's really a shame that the game is no longer being updated, and it's not going to be available pretty soon, I think as of January, but it is what it is. Okay, now we're going to do a jump ahead through time. We're going to April 21st, 2018. This is where things get kind of juicy. Wait, did I miss something? No, okay. Well, not yet. It's gonna get juicy. I'll just see. Pretty soon. Okay, this was my first Game Pro magazine video. First Game Pro magazine video. I have all these old Game Pro magazines from the 90s and maybe early 2000s, I can't remember. And actually, hold on, this was, let me see if I'm getting this right. Yeah, it was just called Game Pro magazines, whispering, mouse sounds, page flipping, rambling, whatever, you don't need to know all that. But yeah, this was the first one that I did. I think I reviewed like the first 2 or 3, and this became an ongoing thing, something I really enjoyed doing. It's too bad I ran out of Game Pro magazines, but I was gonna buy a bunch from eBay, but I'm like, maybe one day, but yeah, lots of fun with that video. And then another significant day in retro history is April 27, 2018. And I call this, it wasn't a video, but it was the Maddie Tingles bump. So what am I talking about here? So by this time, my channel, I probably only had like 18 subscribers or something. I don't remember exactly how much. Then I did this video, what was it called? Captain America and the Avengers arcade game. I was just playing the arcade game, not that significant, but I noticed a jump sometime after I released that video. I noticed a jump in my subscribers. I'm like, well, what's going on here? Like, I got like 30, 40, 50 subscribers in like 1 or 2 days, like more than doubled my subscriber count. I was like, whoa, this is amazing, what's happening? So I saw this comment. Who his hair from Maddie Tingles, and I was aware of Maddie Tingles at the time, but I'm like, what does that have to do with me, right? Did he mention me? Like, that's unusual. So I tracked it down to a live video that he did, and I guess he was reading one of the chat comments or whatever, and it was some other guy named ASMR Retro, and he's like, I really like your videos, Maddie. I started my own channel because I was inspired by you. So I guess some people, it wasn't me, but I wish it was me, but I guess some people thought it was me. So they found my channel and subscribed, I guess. So that was awesome. But sorry guys, it wasn't me that made that comment. And to me, like getting 30 or 40 subscribers in that short time, like, wow, that's amazing. So that was a nice bump that I got there, and it gave me encouragement, to be honest. Okay, so then after that bump, what happened after that? I think we have another significant day coming up. Oh yeah, because of that bump. So in May, what day was it? May 27th, 2018. So because of that bump, it pushed me over the 100 subscriber, got me to the 100 subscriber mark. On that day, I released my 100th sub special video. So I basically ate 100 submarine sandwiches. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it was just like some little. I just counted to 100 and had some little simple number animation on there. So it's a nice little video there. So now we're on April 6th, 2018. And the interesting thing about that day is that this was my first intro. The first intro that you see that I did, it was based off the WWE Then Now Forever little intro that they had at the time. So yeah, that's how that all started, and it was actually a wrestling based video. It was a DVD collection part 3 wrestling edition, which actually makes it also my first wrestling video. So that's cool. Again, wrestling, I'm a big fan of wrestling. It's quite a big part of my channel as well. So yeah, that was the beginning of that, origins, if you will. Okay, and perhaps the most significant day in my history would be April 21st. Just a correction, this was actually April 6th, 2019. So we did quite a big jump in time there. Sorry about the confusion. So April 21st, 2019. Like I said, the most significant day in retro history, I think, was the release of Infinity Gauntlet review. The Infinity Gauntlet review, which was my first comic review. And the full title was Infinity Gauntlet Comics Avengers / Endgame. Yeah, so this was a big one for me because this did very well. It really boosted my subscriber count. The views were really good, and it is to this day it's my most viewed video, over 200,000 views, which I'm really proud of. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but sometimes you gotta do that. So I think that's an important thing, to recognize your accomplishments, and it did very well. And in that video I'm reviewing the 6 issues, and I put on this, I made this, I just got like one of those dishwashing gloves, and this is stuck these little things that were supposed to be the gems, or the stones, or whatever, and it was silly, but it worked. And actually, because that's when Endgame came out, this was like a week before Endgame came out, and the year before when Infinity War came out, I had this idea to do this exact video, but I'm like, it's stupid, I'm not gonna do it, I don't know, I got discouraged anyway, so I didn't do it. But then Endgame was coming out, I'm like, I have to do it, I can't screw this up, and I did it, and it worked, and the rest is history. So because it was such a big deal for me, I think I want to show a short clip of this video, so let's roll that right now. One thing I really noticed about this video and a lot of my older videos intentional lip smacking. Now I know some people love it, some people can't stand it. I like lip smacking in general, but I think now I just do a more natural, like whatever natural lip smacks come out. Sometimes I think I want to do like specific videos where I'm doing a lot of lip smacking because I know people like it, but anyways, hard to try to find that right balance, you know what I mean? But anyway, it is what it is. Now I think I have to switch the page here. Give me a second. Okay, next up is October 1st, 2019. And that was my first. Whoops, wrong color again. I knew that was gonna happen. What was it? First Halloween month. So yeah, starting 2019, every October, the entire month, I make Halloween type of videos. Most inspired by the Angry Video Game Nerd. Well, every October he would have his Monster Madness. I don't have any good name for it like that, but I should probably come up with something. But yeah, I started it that month. I love October. I love Halloween. I love the season. I love horror movies and that kind of thing. So that's always a ton of fun for me to make. And you guys seem to enjoy it, which I'm grateful for. So they'll keep coming. And then switch to orange here. October 31st, 2019. This was my first retro at the movies. This is a series where I review movies, but I do it in I'll draw like a comic book, kind of like a recap or a storyboard, and I'll just go through it and explain it. This first one was Nightmare on Elm Street in-depth review. That was the title. And I really love making these. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, and I'll usually do like some kind of skit in the beginning, and for this one I recreated the opening scene of the first Nightmare on Elm Street, which I think came out pretty good. And I think I've made 8 of these so far. I did Nightmare on Elm Street, I did 4 Friday the 13th, Return of the Living Dead, and 2 Home Alone movies, and I love doing it. Very time consuming, but totally worth it for me. Okay, now we go to July 9, 2020. So we're jumping ahead here. And this was my first Clash of Clans, Rack of Lambs video. First Clash of Clans video. I'll be the first to admit I have no idea what I'm doing when I play Clash of Clans, but it is fun. I just like grinding away. So yeah, there's still, I think I'm on I'm over 20 episodes of that. So yeah, that's been fun. Pretty significant series on my channel. And then we go to December 2nd of 2020. And this was my first Christmas special. So that was basically similar to the Halloween month. I had a Christmas month. So that was a lot of fun. I love doing these kind of things. And speaking of which, May 3rd of 2021 was my first Mario Mayhem, right? Yeah, hem. Just checking. It's not hem, it's not the food. First Mario Mayhem month, so every May I do Mario Mayhem where I play a bunch of Mario games and do like Mario stuff. There's so many Mario games out there, and then there's the movies and the comics and this. It's a whole universe, so it's really fun to explore that. And then April, we jump to April 18, 2022. Yeah, I finally hit 10,000 subscribers. And I did a video called Retro's 10K Sub Special Hot Ones Challenge. I'm not sure if you're aware of that Hot Ones First We Feast YouTube channel, but they have a series of 10 sauces and they get hotter and hotter. Each sauce gets way hotter and it's like ridiculously hot. So as I was eating those, I was answering questions submitted by you guys. And man, I struggled to get through that. I don't know how, the celebrities or wherever on that show eat all that stuff, but man, I had to edit out me like freaking out and walking around and like, yeah, I'm pretty weak when it comes to that stuff, but it was a lot of fun. Okay, and then we have July 28th, 2022. And what was this all about? This was the first Retro's food court. First Retro's food court, and if you don't know, it's a series where I review fast food. This is easily one of my favorite series of videos to make because I get to eat fast food, but also I find it interesting. I like talking about it. I don't know, there's just something very interesting about it for me. So, and the first thing I reviewed was the McDonald's Big Mac. And alright, I think in terms of my history, I'll end it there. There's a pretty good recap of, some of the highs and some of the lows of my channel. I really want to once again thank all my subscribers, all my viewers, the commenters, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on this ride. And with that being said, I'd like to close with a little video montage I made of some of my favorite moments of the last 10 years. I set it to the song Time of Your Life by Green Day. It would really mean a lot to me if you watched this montage